All right, hey guys, here we are. Back for another guide here. Hole number 6. Going to give you guys another more advanced walkthrough. As I've already mentioned on this guide, you may want to check out some of the other ones. This is specifically for essentially some of the most maxed players who are going to be playing this expert, which it's just, inevitable. It's something that you're going to have to deal with. And this is just kind of one of those things that you just want to kind of take a look at and see if have the ball types to be able to replicate some of this stuff. Wow, that was a little bit of an under adjustment. You need to curl that. Oh geez, I'm worried about this one. You didn't even go enough rings, and then didn't curl it on top. So there you can see into the rough. However, with the Kingmaker, with the straight pointed needle, I'm assuming he'll be able to get there, but he needs to tighten that up a little bit. He under adjusted rings. He didn't curl it. There was a lot of things wrong with that. Now I'm going to go a lot of topspin here. The more topspin you go, the less your landing zone is. So you do kind of got to worry about this just a tiny bit. It does make this shot just a little bit less executable. So something to definitely think about. As you can see, I'm going to go right about this many rings and then apply some curl. Perfect ball. As I mentioned, you'll want to be much more exacting when you try to do it like this, because you're really kind of narrowing this gap. But what it does is it gets me down here a lot closer when I pull that extra yardage. So being able to get it down there towards the edge, it makes this shot easier. So it's one of the things that I recommend doing, but not necessarily that you have to do it. Now you can see that I have this arrow ball, which really doesn't have a lot of side spin. Typically what you might want to do is hop off this fairway if you're going to play it safe. Since I really don't need to play it safe, there's a chance I may go for a risky shot involving a rough bump. Now it's very tough to pull off. It usually requires a guaranteed pull perfect ball. Or you may put yourself in trouble. So it's not necessarily something that you want to try, but if you can start to get, honed in on the adjustment, it definitely makes this the most makeable way of doing this. So you'll see that, it requires very little spin. As you can kind of see that I'm just going to try to essentially just land it right around here. Very tough to pull off, as I mentioned. It's going to require pretty small adjustment, almost towards min club. You see this is probably 4.2-ish rings, maybe 4.3, somewhere in there. And I called a great ball, so I might have to worry about the tree. That's one of the biggest things that you just want to be just a little bit cautious of. But you can see with the great ball, it's going to block it out to the left. You can see that it's just a little bit more holeable when you bring it in like that. That's one of the biggest reasons to try that. But in any regard, good luck, guys. Hopefully you guys are able to, get this eagle every time. If you want to play around with that shot a little bit, probably better to do it now. And if you can pull it off and make sure that, you're never in the bunker, maybe just go for it. But also, be wary of that great ball right. So good luck, and I'll see you guys on the next.